summer, and it's the big zinc plant. And then it ran again in the afternoon to get everybody home. So it ran on Monday to Friday. This car is a very unique car because it's kind of a hybrid between a bus, a trolley, and a truck. The powertrain is genuine Mack, okay, vintage genuine Mack. The body of the car was made by J.G. Brill of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which was a company that was famous for trolley cars and street cars. So the body has a tendency to look a little bit like a streetcar body. The Chestnut Ridge Railroad operated this car in passenger service until 1939, when the automobile finally made enough of an inroad that the Chestnut Ridge decided that they could not do this anymore. So they converted the car into maintenance of way, which is to work alongside the track. It's a convenient little car to work alongside the track. What they did was they took a part of the left-hand side car body out and they put a garage door in, and it became useful to work along the track to remote locations where roads weren't easy to find. Eventually, in I believe 1986, the railroad was ready to give the car up, probably because it became a maintenance headache and it was a little bit too vintage to find parts for it. So the Lehigh Valley chapter of the National Railway Historical Society purchased the car and moved it to Topton, Pennsylvania. The car ran several times from Topton, Pennsylvania to Kutztown and back. The car is a real kidney buster. It doesn't have a lot of suspension, and I'm sure that those that rode the car back in the old days sat very hard in their seats while the train was in motion, and I doubt if the car probably would run safely above 10 miles an hour. But that was the way they traveled back then. So the Lehigh Valley chapter at Topton had the car there with the idea that they would do some restoration work on the car. Restoration continued on the interior of the car, and if you've had the pleasure of going on the car today, you'll see that all the seats inside are made from rattan, which was all restored from its original upholstery. So they did a lot of work to it, and they repainted it back into its original color scheme. So after a few years, the car sat in Topton, Pennsylvania, and on a piece of track that was in an area where a redeveloper wanted to redevelop the area altogether. Told the chapter that they needed to find a home for it because they wanted to pull up the track that was underneath the car. Consequently, the Lehigh Valley chapter went looking for a place where the car could be safe. And we happen to have just built our building down here at the other end. If you look behind me, you see the other gray building down there. We were able to afford them a quarter of the building as a safe berth for the car. So we agreed to let the Lehigh Valley chapter have the space, and they paid us a rental fee since I think 2004 when the car arrived here. It is now 2025, and our directors thought that it might not be a bad idea to see if we could home the car here permanently, because we have an expert mechanic here, Mr. Terminelli here, who was successful in getting the car to run again, because when it came here it didn't run. So Glenn Terminelli here was able to restore the car to operating condition, but we at that time didn't have enough track built all the way down here. So the car sat pretty much outside the building or inside the building until we got more track built. So anyway, so this year we decided that we would approach the other group and see if they would sell the car to us. And after not too long of a period of time, we were able to purchase the car. So we're very proud of the vintage of this car. This is a very rare piece of equipment. There were only 5 ever built exactly like this, and we did some extensive research, and we don't believe that any of the other 4 are still extant in this condition. There are smaller versions of this car. There's one at Strasburg. There's one out somewhere near Washington, Pennsylvania. But this is the only one that we believe is here, and it's in excellent condition, physically and mechanically, thanks to Glenn. So what we're going to do here is we're going to dedicate the car right now, and we're going to wash it with a little bit of sparkling water, and you can all give us a little.
Shake it first. Shake it
again. Shake.
Shake it. Go ahead. Pop it up.
All right, Lacey, you can have the rest.
All right.